What's up, everyone? Welcome back to episode 49 of the You Might Be Surprised podcast. Dude, I need a better intro for my podcast. I really do. You know, I feel like my intro is too slow for how wild this podcast gets, or for how intense that I am on the podcast. I feel like I need some banging bumps, dude. Some banging bumps. I don't even know what that means, but I feel like I need it. Oh my God, there's a turkey outside. See, this is the shit that you don't get anywhere else but in Wisconsin, man. He's poking at the plastic. He's poking at the plastic. Oh my God. Oh, he's coming towards the window. He knows I'm talking about him. No. He's in the street now. There's a car. Stop. Okay, he stopped. Okay, cross, little buddy. Come on. Okay. He's good. This is the type of shit that you don't get on any other podcast, man. Only on the You Might Be Surprised podcast that I stop my podcast mid-podcast set to say, oh my God, there's another car. Okay, he's good. This is the only podcast that you're going to get where I stop and talk about turkeys. Because guess what? Not every podcast you listen to is recorded in Wisconsin. And guess what Wisconsin has that no other state has? Cheese curds. But besides cheese curds, wild turkeys that roam in your backyard, man. You don't get that anywhere else. You know, in LA, they're like, oh my God, traffic's so bad. Or in Austin, Texas, they're like, oh my God, dude, everyone around here has guns. Bang, you know? But in Wisconsin, dude, you want to know what you get in Wisconsin? Wild turkeys and wild deer. Every single time I drive at night, I have to have my hands on the steering wheel because I don't know if there's going to be a deer that jumps off and is trying to suicide bomb me. Honestly, in Wisconsin, deers shouldn't be called deers. They should be called suicide bombers. Because those motherfuckers, dude, they jump in front of your car and they don't give a damn about you or about anyone else. They're going to jump in front of your car and they're just going to go. And if they hit you, man, they had a good life. You know? And also, where are they going? Where are deers going? Why? I don't get why deers just jump across your car or jump in front of your car. Like, where are they going? Like, can't they just wait? Like, cars have been around for so long, and these deer still don't get to just sit and wait. They just go, and next thing you know, you're driving, and you see the deer, like, oh fuck! And then the next thing you know, your car's totaled. And that little deer cost you $10,000. And now that deer's dead. And also in Wisconsin, something that you'll never see anywhere else, some people, if the deer hits a Ram truck, that deer is now going to be ate. You know, it's called roadkill. And people in Wisconsin, I've seen it happen, dude. I've seen somebody stop their car on the side of the road, okay, put a deer in the back of their truck, turn up Billy Ray Cyrus, and drive off. You get that nowhere else besides maybe Alabama. But Alabama's just weird because the cousins and sisters they're attracted to them down there, all right? Only in Wisconsin you see this crazy shit, man. Only in Wisconsin. It's Saturday. And you know what Saturday means? I got my coffee. I love coffee. Every Saturday, I go and get coffee. Every Saturday, I go and get coffee because I love coffee. Also, I wanted to point out something. I always wear sweatshirts on this podcast until it's summer outside, and it should be kind of hot outside, but it's not. In Wisconsin, or not even Wisconsin, in the Midwest, it's the only place in the United States where you can experience spring, summer, fall, and winter within an hour span of time. Right? This Wednesday, it snowed. It got to 65 degrees and it fell back down to 40s. And I swear to God, I saw the colors of the leaves change. All right? So the reason why I always wear sweatshirts on this podcast is because it's always, I never know what it's going to be like outside. Like when I wake up, I'm like, oh, it's 50 degrees. Put on a lightweight sweatshirt. By 2 o'clock, oh, it's 80 degrees. Take off the sweatshirt. By 6 o'clock at night, it's back to being 40 degrees. You know? Bipolarness is ridiculous. There's people walking outside and they're looking at me, but I don't give a fuck. Such a crazy start to a podcast episode, dude. This is the only type of thing that you get on the You Might Be Surprised podcast. The only thing, man. Hey, if you guys like the podcast so far, share it with your friends, dude. I'm trying to make it. The journey. Dude. Dude. I don't know about you guys, all right? Whenever I have a lot of ideas. All right. My head is always thinking about how I can do more. I also just realized that I didn't stable out the tripod before I recorded this, so it might be a little off. But my head is always going. Like, my head is always like, what's the next thing I could be doing? What can I do? My head spins. Like, last summer, I was like, oh, I'm going to get a bike because I was listening to a lot of The Fighter and the Kid, and Brendan Schaub was like, Thick Boy Bike Club, got me inspired, bought myself a bike, right? Okay. Started listening to way too many podcasts, started a podcast, and now I'm indulging in the podcast culture. I'm having people from Australia on my podcast because your boy's blown up. Next thing you know, I'm going to be driving a Benz, okay? Grandma, if you don't know what that is a Bentley. It's like $1 million car. And also, if you guys want to know why I always say, hey, Grandma, because my grandma, I don't get to see my grandma that often, right? And she likes to watch my podcast. So whenever I know that she's always going to watch, she always comments, right? And I have to explain her things because, yeah, man. Also, you don't get that in any other podcast. Host calling out the grandma. Anyways, doing crazy shit. So yeah, my mind's always like, what can I do? Like, me and my friend in college, we took a random trip to go snowboarding with a bunch of people that we didn't know. And by the end of it, dude, we were BFFs with everyone. And the next thing you know, we loved fucking snowboarding, right? And that's why like I can never stay put with one creative idea. Like, that's why, like, whenever I did photography, I indulged in photography for so long, dude. I was like, I'm going to become a photographer. And then I got bored and I was like, nah. Right? I need instant satisfaction. This podcast is the only thing that I've kept doing and tried to build on every single time, right? But so what was I going with? Oh, yeah. So, I'm always looking for new ways to be creative, new ways for me to blow up, because my whole mindset is like, how can I blow up? Not necessarily, I don't even want it for the money. I just want it for the audience. I always think that's cool because I can say something, people actually like me back and they think what I say is funny or they agree with me. And I'm trying to start a cult. So this week, this camera that I have to record my podcast is a dope camera altogether. It's like $3,500, way too much fucking money, but it gets me the best quality video that I can. It keeps recording. I don't have to worry about stopping my camera and doing it. And, I'm happy with it. And I have myself a nice lens on it, something I've always wanted. And whenever you get yourself in a mindset that like, oh, you need something, and then when you get that thing and then you don't do the thing that you really wanted to do, even though you have the things to do it, that's depressing. So I've been trying to do more things with my life. All right. And I really like photography and I really want to get back into photography. And I don't have the means to call up a model and say, hey, let me take nude pics of you and post them on Instagram for you. So what I did was I started an Instagram page called What's in My Hand. And it's not my... Anyways, but it's called What's in My Hand. And pretty much I've been taking photos of things that I use every single day in my hand. And it's the easiest and it's the most easiest way of being creative. It's sorry, I was looking at my notes. It's the easiest way to be creative, right? And I've always been creative. I don't look like it. Like, I drive a Jeep, right? People who know me, like, I drive a Jeep. People who know me or who see me outside, they're like, oh, this dude's not creative. This dude's 6'2", goes to the gym every single day, tries to get jacked, drives a Jeep, listens to metal music, is headbanging at every stop sign that there is, boosts the volume up really loud so we can hear the bass drops. This dude is not about art, when actually I am about art. And also, like, whenever I see anybody who drives a Jeep, not just to say me, but whenever I see anybody who drives a Jeep, I'm like, oh, that person definitely does not like art. That person likes country music, that person likes craft beer, and that person likes having a good time. The people that drive Jeeps, or just the people who look like me, they don't like art, dude. But guess what? I love it. I love art. Honestly, the reason why I like art so much, okay, and this is going to resonate with me as a person. The reason why I love art so much is because some old dude can paint a bucket white, all right, and then shit inside of it and say, and put it in an art show, okay, and say, this is how I feel as a person, all right, and the next thing you know, that bucket full of shit just sold for $20 million, and that old dude now feels a little better about himself, takes a vacation to Cabo, and gets really drunk and hits on the hot girls at the bar. All right? This is why I love art, because you can literally turn anything into art, right? And dude, you're telling me that no one's ever thought about painting a fucking canvas white with a black dot in it and say, this is how I feel in a room surrounded with everybody. That one little dot. And you have millions of dollars, dude. Millions. You're telling me that you don't like art? Hey, art's the simplest thing in the world, because you do what you want to do, and then you tell people that, and they're like, oh, I guess that's right. If you're really good at convincing, and if you're really good at selling, you could be the guy that takes a shit in a bucket and sells it for millions. That's why I like art. That's why I will continue to do art, because whenever I find my shit in a bucket and I could sell that for millions of dollars, while all y'all are in corporate jobs, going to 9 to 5, sucking dick, for bare minimum cash, this is why I know I'm going to succeed. This reminds me of something. Oh, I have a story. Or not even like a story. I have ice in my mouth. Hold on. ASMR. One of my favorite things to do, right? In college, I took a couple of art classes. I took philosophy of art. And what philosophy of art is, it pretty much breaks down how art is created and each philosophy of it. And to be honest, it's all bullshit. But it taught me how I could talk to people about art. And one of my favorite things to do, all right, is actually, like, one of my favorite things to do in general, besides art, is just like talk to somebody as long as I can, not knowing anything about what we're talking about, until they notice that I have no idea what I'm talking about. And then their minds are just blown that I've had this intense 10-minute conversation with some random dude that I don't care about why the strokes on this painting are thicker than the strokes on a different painting. I do this literally everywhere. It's my favorite thing to do. If you guys are bored, walk into a Best Buy. This is the best place to do it. Walk yourself into a Best Buy. All right? Find some dude that's looking at fucking computers or Apple products and ask him what he does. Because chances are if he's buying an Apple product, he's some sort of creative or he does something more than the general person. Okay? You ask him what he does. All right? Let's say he is a coder, right? And dude, the coder ones are the best because you can just fucking play off of it so much. He says he's a coder and you're like, oh, what type of code do you write? And he's like, I write Python, HTML, yada, yada, yada. And the next thing you know, you're like, oh, I don't know what the fuck I just got myself into. Right? And then, so you pick one of the codes that he says, and then you just play off of it. And then you just play off of it. And then you just keep going until he's like, oh, what type of code do you write? And then you're like, none. And then you turn around and walk away. It's my favorite thing to do. The next best place to do it is a used car lot. It's amazing. I love doing it. It's my favorite thing to do. And I do it all the time. And it literally builds up a skill too. It builds up a skill because you can hold a conversation with literally everybody. And it's great to do on first dates. But you just have to remember, like, if you can, dude, if you go on a first date and you know that the chick's already fucking just annoying and just like, you know, it's not going to go anywhere, the best thing to do, oh my dude, I've done this so many times. Oh, I don't go on a lot of first dates. I just know whenever I go and see a girl that I know it's going to just be terrible, right? Dude, go on a first date, ask her what her favorite thing is, and then just keep fucking going with it. Get her so convinced that you know everything about what she likes, and then at the end of it, just be like, oh yeah, oh my dude, the best thing to do it with is wine. Every girl likes wine. Every girl likes wine. And let's say that you're at a wine bar. And dude, my favorite thing is to take a sip of red wine and to be like, the earthy tones in this are amazing. And then most of the time the girls are like, oh my God, you're so correct. And then you just keep playing with it and you're like, I think this wine's from like 2015. And then you have to bring over the waiter. But hey, waiter. A very, very important question. And this chick, it's always a girl, and you know she's just not about it. Like, she's like, what the fuck does this dude want? And you're like swirling the glass. You're like, is this wine from 2015? And then you take a small sip and you're like, the earthy tones just really bring me back to 2015. And the waiter's like, I don't fucking know, dude. I just like playing on things. Yeah, like, you know, I always play on things with everything I do. I do. The best thing to do it with too is like any person at the bar. That's where you get really, 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 really good at this. Is when you find somebody at the bar and you're waiting there to get drinks and you just spark up a conversation. That's the perfect time to get really good at bullshitting. That's all this is bullshitting, dude. I'm a master bullshitter. I really am. I could bullshit about anything. I can make a conversation go from 0 to 100 about fucking flowers in Africa and why they're better than flowers in Europe compared to flowers in America. And I don't give a fuck about flowers. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, if you guys want to know what drink I got from Starbucks, it's the salted caramel cold foam cold brew. Normally I get myself an iced Americano because I'm hard as fuck. And I like sipping on things and thinking that I have the the most bitter thing possible. It's why I really like drinking bourbon, even though I haven't drank bourbon in a very long time. But that's why. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see this bullshit? There is a time where things do go too far when you're bullshitting, right? And then I think that's like the best thing for like yourself when you're trying to learn bullshitting. And I don't even know if calling it bullshitting is the right thing. I think it's more just like being able to hold a conversation with anybody, because you will learn how to talk about new things and you will get intrigued with new things. However, there is a time where things go way too damn far with anything that you do. And one thing that has been going way too damn far lately is these gender reveal parties, right? Hey, we get it. You're having a kid. And hey, you're bringing life to Earth. Thank you. Now, the Earth is way too populated as it is, but thank you. You know? And hey, to your 200 followers, they thank you too. But I'm all for celebrating life. Let this be clear. All right? If you want to do a gender reveal party, do it with your fucking close friends, and that's it. I'm 24. I'm not going to any gender reveal parties in a very long time. Okay? Because I'm young. All right? Now, granted, half of my high school class already has kids, but that's not the point. But these reveal parties are getting to be too much. Like, it's cool. Like, some of them are cool. Like, I saw one with a weightlifting couple who both deadlifted a bar, and then the balloons flipped. So they were at the bottom of the dumbbells, and then when they dropped the bar, the balloons exploded into the dust that it was. That's cool. That's harmless. All right. But the ones that are like over the top, like I saw one where they bought a blue baby suit and a pink baby suit, and they put on boxing gloves and started boxing. Hey, you're doing that for likes. You're not doing that because you want to know if your child's going to be a girl or a boy or whatever it wants to identify himself or herself as. You're doing that because you want your 15 minutes of fame, you selfish cuck. But, like, some of them just go way too far. And this one goes the farthest, and these gender reveal parties need to stop. Gender reveal party using 80 pounds of explosives causes earthquake reports. Who? Dude. And it wasn't, I don't think it was in the South. I think it was in Maine. Where was it, dude? Massachusetts. It was in Massachusetts. Wasn't even in the South where it's acceptable to blow things up. It was in Massachusetts. This is... Here, hold on. Here's a video of it.
Lisa, new tonight, an explosion rocks a New Hampshire neighborhood. The blast was so loud that it was captured on a doorbell camera.
Hey, you're trying to tell people if you're having a guy or girl. You're not trying to reenact World War II. Oh.
Actually see and obviously hear the boom in the video. Police say it was from a gender reveal party in Kingston. Someone mixed an explosive called tannerite and chalk for the big reveal at a nearby quarry. That person turned themselves into police. And in case you're wondering, it was a boy. Wow.
I love the girl at the end. Wow. 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 Never seen anything like this, Chuck. Me neither, Sharon. Wow. I can't believe it was a boy. Me too. This has been New Hampshire 40 News. We're out. Dude, damn right it was a boy too. Damn right that was a boy. That's only a boy. It would only make sense if it was a dude. It would only make sense. Also, imagine that it was a girl. That girl is going to be the biggest, like, she's going to be the chick, like, if it was a girl, like, we already know what type of guy it's going to be because of this thing. He's going to be a lineman in football, all right? And that's the only thing he can be. If your gender reveal party is 80 tons of explosives and you, or was it tons or was it pounds? 80 pounds of explosive, way too much, and you're not a lineman, you failed your parents. If your gender reveal party has 80 pounds of explosives and you're not a lineman, let's say you turn out to be the king of the math team. All right? You failed. You failed. And if it was a girl, so let's say it was a girl and you didn't turn out to be a star volleyball player, you failed. If you're just a girl who does art and can bullshit art, you failed your parents. Your dad went to jail for you for, I don't know, for like a week or something like that. I don't even know. But you better be the baddest motherfucker if you're that guy. Like in 15 years, dude, you better be running the goddamn football team. Because your gender reveal party shook houses a mile away. Your name better be heard for months, years. You better be the next fucking Batman. And if you're anything else but that, you failed. All right, just go get yourself a job at McDonald's because you failed. That's all you're gonna be. You have to be the very best because your gender reveal party was the craziest thing that I've ever seen and ever heard of. And there's no exceptions. No exceptions. I just want to know who planned that. Imagine planning that because it can't be the guy or it can't be the guy or the girl that's having the kid, right? It just can't be because that means that family has some fucking crazy friends. Or they're Russians, dude. Or they're Russians. Because you're either a complete country hick and that blows up things, or you're a Russian. There's no in between. There's nothing. None. Nothing. None. Nothing. Oh my gosh. Oh, the coffee's almost done, which means the podcast is almost done. I love coffee, man. Anyways. Jeff's Barbershop. Let me find this thing. Hold on. Jeff's Barbershop. Just because I want to know his last name. Jeff Wittek, dude. This man, if you don't know who Jeff Wittek is, he's a part of the Vlog Squad. And the vlog squad is David Dobrik. If you don't know who David Dobrik is, he's the guy that gives away fucking Teslas. Anyways, Jeff Wittek is a really cool person, and I would love to be friends with him, and I would love to just sit down and talk with him, just because I feel like him and I would get along like really well. Like I would love to produce something for him. I'm starting to find out like throughout my life, like I kind of want to be a producer and like help produce things, 'cause I'm really good at it, especially with this technology thing, and you can really do like whatever the fuck you want in life. Anyways, he's made this like documentary about how he fucked up his face, and it's the best writing I've seen ever. Like, if you guys want something to watch, literally just search up Jeff Wittek, How I Broke My Face. And I'm not going to spoil anything. There's only 2 episodes out, and it leaves on a hanger. A cliffhanger? A cliff note? What the fuck is it called? Wow, that cliffhanger? The episode ended on a cliffhanger? Is that what it is? A cliff note? Anyways, at the end of the episode, it has you wondering what's going to happen next episode. And I don't know how many there are. All right. But I indulged in this for like half an hour the other day, and I just felt like I had to talk about it. So go watch it. Come back to here so then you can hear what I'm saying. Even though I was going to say I'm not going to spoil it, but it's not really spoiling because it's a fucking YouTube video. All right. Just go watch the thing. Anyways. So how he broke his face, or what we know so far, is that David Dobrik, crazy fucking dude. Also, like he used to live an hour away from where I grew up at. Crazy small world. Don't even know him. Anyways, and how he broke his face was David was driving an escalator. I think that's the word. An excavator. It's probably an excavator. That sounds a little bit better. Anyways, he's driving the big thing that has the claw and you grab sand with and pulls it out. I'll put it somewhere up on here. And he attached a rope to it, and they were doing fucking like skiing on the water in a circle. But he got the bright idea, because when I see this is why I love Hollywood, is what's the next big thing. So he was like, fuck it, let me get on this rope and just hold on to it, and you can spin me around. They should have just known that this was going to be like something terrible was actually going to happen. And dude, I've never cringed so hard, because you see him come back and smack this thing, and like you see the scars throughout the whole like documentary, and you just see him smack this thing, and you see the blood in the water, and they say that his head, like you can just see the inside of his head, dude, and I cringed. There's a dog outside, and I cringed. And I don't really know what the point of that was, except for it's intense, and I can't stop thinking about it, and I want to know what the next episode is about. And dude, I can't wait. And yeah, a little bit, if you watched this far, thank you guys so much. I kind of want to give you some updates on the podcast a little bit. I'm full into this thing. Like I'm almost at 50 episodes. I've been doing this for a year, uploading a podcast every week. This week is gonna be 2. Or you probably saw the one with Elaus, and that's cool. And then I'm also doing a solo one, because I really like doing solo podcasts. But I'm trying to figure out how to step up my game, and the only thing I can think about is I really want a soundboard to just like play things about, and I really need to put more time into coming up with things. I'm at such a weird point in my life where I'm trying to figure out the next big thing. Like I really want to move to Texas, just because, one, the jobs down there are crazy. The potential to make more money is crazy. For somebody who wants to do content, that's crazy. And there's so many people down there that I could collab with and do things with. And like, that's really how you grow, is just to be a genuine person and to reach out. And if somebody messes with you, then you are on their podcast, and then you become friends and things like that. The clothing brand that I was gonna start, I scrapped that idea. Way too much cash up front. And I was also just doing it to make money. I really wasn't doing it to grow a brand. So I already knew it was gonna fail at first. And yeah, man. I'm just trying to put out the best type of content that I can. And I don't even know if doing a podcast is the best thing for me. You know, I've been doing it for a year and I'm going to continue to do it just because it's so simple and I've got it down pat. But I would really, for some reason, vlogging has always stuck out to me and doing cool shit. But the thing is, like, I don't, not saying that I don't do cool shit. And like, that's the whole thing about vlogging is like to turn something that's not cool and get people attached to it. And I'm just trying to build up things. I have a really cool opportunity lined up in the bank for me to work with a really big celebrity. That's really cool. I don't want to say the person's name just in case it doesn't end up working out. Or if it does, that'd be even cooler. But I also think I have a really cool opportunity in my head to start working with bigger people. And I'm not going to say much about it because I don't know if it's going to work, but that's what I'm about to go do after this is I'm going to put some time in creating that stuff to send to people and see if they want to work with me because I have a really cool thing. And I don't want to say it too for people to take my idea. But yeah, man, it's cool. I need to start beefing up the podcast. I'm always hyped to do these things. I love it. I've gotten so comfortable talking on a mic, talking in front of a camera. And it's really cool to see the progression of this stuff. I feel like I just need to grow as a person, start doing wild things. Maybe I'll go out to a bar tonight and see if I can find something crazy to talk about for next week's episode. But yeah, man. And I also feel like I need to do some surprising shit because this podcast is called You Might Be Surprised. Like, you know? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Chris. You've been beautiful. And I'll see you guys next episode. Peace, guys.